Most atheists are not convinced that there's no God. They're just terrified of believing in something completely. Because what if not? We underestimate the power of truth. If it's true, why are you worried? Men and women should be attractive to each other, I think.
Like, have you seen some of the guys?
Yeah. If you don't notice that a woman is a woman, you're not holy. You're brain dead. This is kindergarten stuff. There's no question that is going to blow Judaism out of the water. Not at this point. So if you have doubts, it's only because you're in a bad mood. Can't take it.
Have you ever had like a crisis of faith? And how did you deal with it?
Ooh, a crisis of faith. No.
If you did, what would you do?
Yeah, that would be so exciting. What would I do? I would ask myself, am I really smarter than everyone who came before me? Do I really have questions that no one else has ever asked? That would be a really ridiculous assumption. So if you have doubts, it's only because you're in a bad mood or something. But it can't be that you... We had a woman in class many, many years ago. She's sitting there looking a little uncomfortable and something's bothering her and she's not saying anything. So finally I said, "Are you okay? Want to say something?" She says, no, it's fine. I said, "Obviously something's bothering you." She says, I have a question, but I don't want to ruin everything." I said, "You have a question that's going to ruin everything? I want to hear what that question is." She says, no. Everybody else in the class, they believe, they're okay. I don't want to ruin it. I said, "You got to tell me what that question is." "What is this question?" She said, "Okay, you asked for it. Who created God?" I said, "Wow, in 3,000 years, no one ever thought of asking that question." This is kindergarten stuff. There's no question that is going to blow Judaism out of the water. Not at this point. So if you have doubts, it's only because you're in a bad mood. Can't take it too seriously.
How are we?
Some guy walked into the Chabad house and said, "How do you know there's a God?" So the rabbi there said, "Have you ever read the Moreh Nevuchim?" He says, "No." He says, "Have you ever read the Sefer HaIkarim?" "No." "Have you ever read the Kuzari?" "No." Wow.
It's funny that we ended up on doubts because my question was actually if everything like has a divine purpose, what is the divine purpose of doubt itself? Like what's, I don't know how to word it.
Actually, I don't know that doubt has any purpose at all. Couldn't you live your life perfectly well without doubts?
I think so, yeah.
So the sages say, don't call it a doubt, just say you don't know. Like, is there life on Mars? Oh, I doubt it. I don't doubt it. I know nothing about it. I don't know, and that's without a doubt. So what do we mean when we say I doubt? It's just a more elegant way of saying I don't know. No, doubts are horrible. I mean, it doesn't take you anywhere. It doesn't do you anything. There is uncertainty. I can't be certain of things. Sure. here's the real wisdom about it. There are doubts that can be resolved, and there are doubts that can't be resolved. A doubt that can be resolved, resolve it. Can you be sure of such and such? Let's work it out. But a doubt that you can't resolve is just an insecurity. Most atheists are not convinced that there's no God. They're just terrified of believing in something completely. Because what if not? Then I'll be embarrassed. So it's not an opinion. It's a fear. A fear of commitment. They don't make good husbands. So, give me the example. There's a Mishnah in the laws of Pesach. The night before the Seder, you take a candle and you go from room to room and search in all the nooks and crannies to make sure that there are no cookies hiding anywhere, right? Or crumbs or whatever, right? Now, here's what the sages say. If you finish checking a room and there's nothing in there, and you're going to check a second room, should you worry that as you turn your back, a mouse dragged some...
Wait,
I had this question earlier.
Huh?
This morning we were trying to think like questions for you, and that was one of the
That was
questions.
one of the questions.
So,
Yeah.
those are the
About
questions I
Pesach?
said.
About Pesach
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the mouse.
Yes.
Who came up with that?
I did.
It's original? Or you heard it somewhere?
No, I thought about it.
Oh, you must be one of the sages. So what's the answer? So the sages say, we do not suspect that a mouse brought a little piece of chametz into the room. Why? Because what should you do? Go back and check again. And now you're sure that there's no chametz. As soon as you turn your back, now the mouse came. So what should you do? Check it again. Check it again. Check it again. Check it again. How are you ever going to end this doubt? And a doubt that has no end, we don't entertain it. Next Mishnah. If you check a room and there is no chametz, and then you see a mouse run through the house with a piece of bread in its mouth, check the room again. Why? Because when you check it the second time, you'll know for sure whether that piece of bread is in this room or not. Because that piece of bread went somewhere.
Yeah.
So if it's not in this room, fine. Then you're done with this room. So they say, if you check a room, and now you're going to worry that a mouse brought something in from another room. So how about if you check 2 rooms at the same time? Well, maybe a mouse brought it in from the courtyard. Check the rooms and the courtyard at the same time. Well, now you turn your back and a mouse brought it in from another city.
My man.
It's just an endless, and if it's endless, it's not intelligent. So you don't even think about it. There was one woman at our school. Everything I said, she said, well, you can't know that for sure. How do you know that? You can't know that for sure. Everything.
Man, I have
So,
faith.
but maybe not. Yeah, but maybe not. Finally, I said, can you stop already? Maybe. Like, maybe your mother's not even your mother and you were switched in the hospital? She said, oh my God. I said, no. I didn't mean to add another doubt to your life. Should you worry about that? No? Well, what if she's not your mother?
It's too late now.
She raised me up, my mom. She's my mom now.
Actually, there is something you can do about that. Now. But in the olden days, what were you going to do?
Yeah.
make her swear on a Bible.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
Yeah.
You check it now.
That makes more sense. I was like, danger.
What were you going to say?
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh no.
I doubt that.
No room for doubt here.
We had a few questions. By the way, if any of the students, if you have questions, ask them. Just those are questions sort of backup we can have. So we have one guy, actually Ellen's brother, and he thinks that it's gonna be basically God wants him to go and join the army. He's in the right age. He's 19.
Yeah.
19. He wants to join, and he actually went to Israel to do a mechitza, and then he flew here for like a month or two, and then he became like he had different difficulties like physically, like his shoulder, his knee, his heart. All of a sudden, a lot of things went bad, and he's like, "Wait a second, maybe God doesn't want me to go there."
The army doesn't want you either.
Yeah. So he's like, "Should I just wait over here, fix myself, sort of, and then go back and join the army, or maybe just God wants him to be here and do something here? He's not told now."
Both things are true. He should stay here, get himself fixed, but not do nothing. Do whatever you need to do here to make a contribution, make a difference. And if you get all healed and the army will take you, then you go. But don't just sit around healing.
Right. Another question is it possible to have a guy friend if you're a girl, or for a boy to have a girl friend, not a girlfriend, not like as a couple, as a just a friend.
Friend that's a girl.
Platonic.
That's a guy.
Platonic relationship. That's the word. Platonic
Yes.
relationship.
Sure.
It's possible.
Why not? The danger is when you say, I have a friend who's a boy, but I don't think of him as a boy. That is not a friend. And so there was a time when everybody said, no, it's Platonic. It's Platonic. I don't know what that means. It's Latin, I think. What do you mean it's Platonic? You're a boy and she's a girl. Yeah, but no but. I guess one guy once said to me, I'm not very comfortable with Jews. I don't like Jews. But you're okay. You're okay. Because I don't really think of you as a Jew.
Well,
Yeah, you see what I mean?
yeah, okay.
It's like I can be friends with you because I don't think of you as a Jew. Well, who do you want to be friends with?
Yeah.
So as long as you're conscious of the fact that this is a boy-girl relationship and you're not pretending to be neutral or neutered, then it's fine. I mean, it's like saying, is it okay to be polite to a girl? Is it okay to be respectful to a girl? No.
Absolutely not.
One thing leads to another, and whoa, before you know it, you're married.
Thank you, Rabbi. Another question is, why is there a mechitza? Mechitza, if you don't know, is basically when the men and women are separate. They're in pairs in synagogue, or they're dancing, or for example, when we had a big event to separate the boys and girls. So why is there a mechitza, and why a lot of times are the girls upstairs or far away at the back?
Yeah, girls got to know their place,
Wow.
Originally, synagogues were not built for women because women didn't daven with a minyan.
Mm-hmm.
In the temple, they actually, in the temple that Solomon built, they built a woman's section, which was kind of an innovation. But that's because women brought sacrifices. not for the davening. So there was a woman's courtyard in the temple because women came with their sacrifices. Animal sacrifices. Just be clear about that. So in the synagogues, they put a section for women, but women didn't come to daven. So it was a tiny little room for those who wanted to come. Then women became more interested in davening, so the section got bigger. Until finally it became half the shul, which it is today, right?
Mhm.
But the reason for the separation is very obvious. Men and women should be attractive to each other, I think.
We think.
I doubt it. Huh?
Like, have you seen some of the guys?
Yeah.
All that.
There was one old guy in a group of young people, and he was screaming about the mechitza. You have to have a separation. You'll need a separation. Why can't you come to the shul and concentrate on your prayers? I said, I'll tell you what. If there was a synagogue where people could concentrate on their prayers, so that if I'm sitting on a bench and a woman brushes by me to get to her, and I don't notice that it's a woman, I don't want to belong to that synagogue. Would that be a good thing? Hey, you came to pray, pray. Don't pay attention to what's going on around you. No. Not healthy, not normal, not. Torah doesn't want to discourage the attraction between men and women. Torah wants to make it holy, not non-existent. So what does modesty mean? Modesty means I notice, but I'm not stimulated. If you don't notice that a woman is a woman, you're not holy. You're brain dead. Like the Muslims, the way the women dress, is that modest? It's like ultra modest.
Mm-hmm.
No. Modest means a good-looking woman. They look like a fire hydrant.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, more or less.
In other words, they don't want to have modest women. They just don't want to have women. Because if you notice a woman, you're going to have sinful thoughts. Those are the ones who have harems. So the idea of modesty means notice a woman in an innocent, healthy way, without it turning everything into sexuality. So if a woman dresses modestly, you know she's a woman, you know she's a good-looking woman, but there's no suggestive, there's no sexual suggestion. But to make believe a woman is not a woman, or if there's a woman in the room, I can't think. Yeah, you're a little too obsessive. So I wanted to ask a very, very interesting thing. It's understandable. I should not be sitting next to someone else's wife while I'm trying to pray to God. But why can't I sit next to my wife?
I don't know. I think that if you're in a healthy marriage, you might still be distracted. You might still be attracted to him.
That's what most people say. If you still like her, see, if you don't like her, you can sit next to her.
Well, that's fine.
So if you still like her, you can be distracted by that too. But think about this. You're sitting next to your husband or next to your wife, and you're praying to God. And God says, no, not good. Why? What makes more sense to you? That God is objecting to your praying, sitting next to your husband or wife because he wants all your attention? Or God is saying, if you're sitting next to your wife, why are you talking to me? It's not nice. You can't sit next to your wife and ignore her. So don't drag me into this. I'm sorry, I have no time for you right now. I'm talking to God. God says, no, I don't want to get between you. I invented marriage. So pay attention to your wife. So if you want to talk to God, go somewhere else. Don't sit next to your wife and think about me. Doesn't that sound a little more like God?
Yeah.
We can ask another question. What is the longest dating time and why? I heard you say one time 3 months, and then that you heard 6 weeks, and we're curious. I think I heard 3 months one time, and we're curious why. Why say
The shortest,
the longest?
the longest. Yeah, after 3 months, you know if you want to marry him or not. And if you don't, it means you don't want to marry him. You're going out with a guy for 3 months. So you want to marry him? No. Well, then call it off. If you're not ready to marry him, you don't like him. Call it off. See, what are you going to do? Keep going until you get so used to each other. It's as if you're already married, so you might as well get married. What is that? Don't push yourself into a marriage. If you're not excited about him after 3 months, then you're not excited about it. But what are you trying to prove? We're working on it. Don't work on it. Meet someone you like. You don't have to work on. I think if you're focused on marriage, you know by the much before the 3rd month. Usually you know it within a week. But if you're dating and you're not sure you even want to get married, how are you going to be sure you want to marry him? I'm not even sure I want to get married. So what are you dating for? Just in case.
Just in case.
In case I meet somebody that will make me want to marry him. This dating thing is so bad. It really is. It's a ridiculous idea. Nobody wins. Nobody. There's no upside. I tell you, in recent times, things have become more clear. And truth has become more obvious, I think. So, for example, back in the 50s, the big debate, are we descendants of monkeys?
Oh yeah, that's.
Huh? We are?
That was her question.
Oh.
Fertility, but like we've
He
talked
talks about the
it
turning
before.
monkeys. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was discussed like a serious issue. Yes, no, maybe. And the joke was, maybe from your mother's side, but not from my side. It's such a embarrassing conversation. There was never any evidence of any such a thing. The whole thing is just blown out of proportion. It was Darwin is turning over in his grave. You accusing me of saying that? So today, somebody says, I think we are descendants of apes. This conversation is over. It's stop it. Men and women are basically the same. Bye. I ain't going into that ridiculous conversation. It's not even worth a few words. The world is 16 billion, oh no, 14 billion years old. Aren't you glad I corrected my, anyway. You could have been off by 2 billion years. It is such a silly, ridiculous conversation. It's too embarrassing to even engage in. Some guy gets up and says, let me tell you exactly what happened 13 and a half billion years ago. So you're going to tell me what happened 13 and a half billion years ago? Yeah. But do you know that 3,000 years ago, God said not to lie? You don't know what God said. It's been 3,000 years. How could you know what happened 3,000 years ago? So, these conversations, now looking back at it, and we used to debate this all the time, these things. It's so embarrassing. How do we get so naive? You really think there's a God? Go home, read a book maybe, educate yourself a little bit. Who wrote the Bible? I forgot his name. No. Who wrote the Bible? God wrote the Bible. Well, how do you know that? Bye. This is not worth discussing. Are the Jews the chosen people? Is Jerusalem the capital of Israel? I mean, if you don't know these things, why are you even involved in conversation? Go for therapy. You can say this now. If I said the same thing 5 years ago, everybody would leave the room. Dogmatic. Like, how dare you know something for sure? Right? Especially on campus. You say something for sure, you're finished. Even the professor can't say anything for sure. That's a miserable way to live.
How do you deal with scary, depressive thoughts?
You don't. I wouldn't deal with it. Why would I want to deal with them?
Well, like
They're scary. Huh?
Get through them.
How do you get through them? You focus on what is pleasant and certain. The scary stuff is not certain. So worrying about things that may not even be, when you can be thinking about things that are for sure. So you don't fight the thoughts. You replace them with something else. So it's a good healthy habit to have something kosher, holy, traditional that you can review if you need to displace some bad thoughts. Switch to the good thoughts. We can't stop thinking, but we can choose what to think. So yeah, you can think the bad thoughts. Why would you want to do that? Because you could. Yeah, but it'll make you miserable. By the way, I just want to show you something really interesting. When the United States decided to move the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, everybody in the world was absolutely certain that this would cause World War III. The Arabs will go crazy, the Muslims will go crazy, there'll be bloodshed. They were getting body bags ready. Jews were saying to Trump, don't do this. He did it. What was the reaction? Remember? There was no reaction. Nothing. It was almost disappointing. No, nothing. Why? Because everybody knows the capital of Israel is Jerusalem. It has been for 5,000 years. Like, so what are you going to say? They moved the capital to Jerusalem. It is the capital. So we underestimate the power of truth. If it's true, why are you worried? People are going to scream. If it's true, people won't scream. You can't. Can't say, no, it's not. We have a complex. We're terrified of the idea that we are the chosen people. Terrified. Somebody says chosen people, all the Jews run out of the room. We panic. The most comforting statement that a non-Jew would love to hear from a Jew is, I'm the chosen people. Right. I hate you. But yeah, you are the chosen people. And when we deny that we're chosen, it makes them so suspicious. So, who are you kidding? We all know you're chosen. It's ridiculous for us to deny it. The truth is out. Too late. In Minnesota, we had a group, a church group, that drove all the way from South Dakota to the Twin Cities to visit a Jewish institution. It was a Sunday school, Bible class, whatever. They had a school bus and they drove up. About an 8-hour drive. Anyway, when they got there, the Chabad house, I said to the priest, like, why are you dragging the kids 8 hours to? He said, oh, we do this every year. Every year we come up to the Twin Cities and we visit a different Jewish institution. And this year we decided to come to Chabad house. Last year, he said, we went to the conservative temple. I said, how was it? He says, frankly, it was confusing. What happened? One of the kids asked the rabbi who spoke for them, how does it feel to be the chosen people? Interesting question. How does it feel? How does it feel? The rabbi went into a rant. There are no chosen people. We're all equal. We're all God's children. And he went on and on and on. On the bus ride home, half the kids said, Jews don't read the Bible. The rabbi doesn't know you're chosen people. The other half said, they know that they don't think we know. So it was kind of a confusing. They know that we're the chosen people. What do you? It's so much easier to just go with the truth. And if somebody says, well, what makes you the chosen people? Go home.
How am I supposed to have faith that like my actions are gonna help bring Moshiach or even doing anything if there were like 2,000 girls lighting Shabbos candles together and observing Shabbos? Like that's not doing anything, so I'm one person, like how does that even help in the grand scheme?
It's a good question. But if there are 2,000 Jewish girls lighting Shabbos candles and you're standing there not doing it, like, what is wrong with you? How can you be sure that your lighting candles means something? Are you sure that you're not exactly the same as other women in the room? You think you might be exactly the same as, what is it called, a doppelganger? Doppelganger? What is, huh?
Doppelganger.
A crazy word. Who made up that word?
I don't know.
The Germans probably.
Right, those little. Okay, so whatever it is, there is no one else like you. It's not a compliment, it's just a fact. Therefore, no one else like you has ever lit Shabbos candles. I mean, imagine one of the hostage women found a candle someplace in the tunnel and lit it for Shabbos. Oh, she's doing the same thing her mother's doing at home. No, not quite. Very different. So every individual, and we are individuals, has something unique in the makeup and in the combination of experiences and personality and history and even biology. When you light a Shabbos candle, it has never happened before. The second time you light a Shabbos candle, it has never happened before. Because every week you're a little different. So the idea of making the world holy, every detail of the world has to become holy. Thoroughly. If you don't get it down to the detail, it's not thorough. So this week's lighting of the Shabbos candles is not the same as last week's. So if you don't light Shabbos candles this week, what you are this week has not become holy. So on the one hand, we say, wow, you're lighting a Shabbos candle. You know, Jewish women have done that for 4,000 years. You're doing exactly the same thing Sarah did. Yeah, no. You're not like Sarah. You didn't give birth at 90 years old. You didn't live to be 127. You didn't live in a tent. You weren't married to a guy named Avraham. So, yes and no. The mitzvah is unchanging, but the performance is always different. If you enjoyed this conversation or this topic, and you're looking for more information, or you want to hear it again from another angle, there is a way to do that. And that is in this book. It's all there. Order it from Amazon. You can read it, reread it, and share it.